Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're doing a top 10 manhwa that have magic. Starting at number 10, we have Archmage Transcending Through Regression. This is a manhwa that sees a character sent back in time after, well, he decided to let the hero take the lead of his party as they went to fight the great demon lords at the end of the story, and that was just not the right choice. He should have taken the lead. And, well, it led to everyone in his party being eventually slain and him casting a spell to send himself back in time, or something along those lines. This is not a wholly original manhwa, as you might have guessed. This concept is kind of not entirely original, but I really like that little aspect of, I shouldn't have let this guy take the lead, I should have done it myself. That was really cool. I don't think it's that important in the story, unfortunately, and I do think there's a lot of genericness, but if you like those stories where there's characters that betrayed your household or betrayed the clan, and this main character gets to get revenge on those that brought shame or brought like the downfall of his clan, there's some great moments in this manhwa of just those kind of beatdowns. He spends a lot of time being really fairly young in this series, which is a little annoying to me, but at the same time, I think it's still a great read. At number 9 is Return of the Max Level Hero. Okay. I crap on this one a lot, but I will still say it's a fun manhwa. The only problem is this is very much a Gary Stu story where the main character is good at everything. He can do everything. He can fix every problem. He can cast all the spells he needs to. He can cure diseases. He can do everything, and it can be a little grating. That being said, he's still a fun character, and there's a good element of clan/castle building that takes place in this, where he's like building up his own state a little bit. So I think that element of it is pretty good, and I still think there's some really cool moments in it, and the interactions with other characters can be on point. But again, Gary Stu. At number 8 is Dark Magician Transmigrate 66,666 years. This manhwa is beautiful. It is stunning. It is purple, very purple, but it is a beautiful piece of art. The reason it doesn't end up higher up on these lists and in most of my lists in general is just that I don't find the storytelling of it that strong, to be perfectly honest. The setup of the beginning, the first few chapters are a little annoying. They have the main character coming back to life as a baby. He was sealed away as this dark/demon lord in the past, or dark magician more specifically. And he's back with his memories and his knowledge, and he's going to power up. One thing that's fun about this manhwa, though, he can be a truly brutal character. The spells are absolutely fantastic as they go in later on, and just it's cool. It's just really cool to look at, and he's a bit of an ass, I'll be honest with you, and it's a lot of fun to look at. At number 7 is Infinite Mage, and a lot of people probably rank this one either really low or really high. That's what I found in general for Infinite Mage. Infinite Mage follows a character that was given to a family as a baby, ends up fighting against the statement of his birth, which was to be among the poor, and he ends up going to a magic school where he's learning magic and becoming, and as you find out, he's extremely powerful, has these crazy abilities, but he still needs to learn the basics to basically leverage those amazing abilities. And that is really good. And what I really like about this manhwa, and it's something I really enjoy in the magic space in general, is when there's a really good concept of how magic works. And they've introduced things like mathematics into the way magic works in this world, and I think it's a lot of fun and very interesting. The only problem with this manhwa is it's extremely slice of life at the same time, and the pacing can be really jarring because of it. So if you're into that, you're going to love this manhwa, but on the flip side, I absolutely get if you're not into it. At number 6, we have Returner's Magic Should Be Special. This one's getting an anime soon, and I think it's going to be on the top of a lot of people's mind, even though I find the anime looks a little bit terrible from a visuals perspective. Dezirama, again, falls against the final boss of the story in a kind of hilarious way. They're having, I'll spoil it just because it happens in the first chapter, I think. They fight against this great dragon. They think he's dead. They're having dinner, and then the dragon's actually not dead. He shoots a giant laser, kills everyone. That's basically what happens. He gets sent back in time. What's great about this one, I really enjoy, is the whole breakdown of aristocracy versus the lower class. I think they actually do a great job at making Desir and the other people that don't have a noble background prove their place, and it just turns to be fantastic. The reason this one's really good is not because of the crazy spells, though Desir does have crazy spells. He's just a really good analyzer and can break down other people's spells just because he has a deep understanding of things. And it's just really cool in that way. But the ensemble cast is great of this one. There are really good characters around the main character, and one of the rare times where I actually enjoy other characters than the protagonist, which for me is kind of rare. If you're enjoying the video so far, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell if you want to be warned about my videos releasing at the same time. At number 5 is I Am the Sorcerer King. This manhwa ended quite a while back, but when it comes to pure magic, this is one of the more interesting ones. I Am the Sorcerer King sees a character that's able to bring today's technology together with the magic that he learned from another world. And the concepts meld together in such interesting ways, where he's integrating nuclear weapons into his magic. And of all the scaling in Manhwa, this one scales like pretty crazy. By the end of the series, you're like intergalactic at the point of which they're fighting. The only thing I'll say as a caveat for this one, it is finished, and it has an ending that's gonna make you go like, wait, it's done? What do you mean? What do you mean it's done? Even though when you actually think about it, it kind of makes sense that it ends there. It's just there's a little bit of a whimper at the end. Though I don't think it's a bad ending per se necessarily. It just doesn't feel like an ending at all. At number 4 is Talon Swallowing Magician. This remains one of the ones I enjoy quite a bit. It's not a super old manhwa. I think it came out last year or the year before. Sees a protagonist that initially is from this family of respected mages, except of course he can't use magic because he has this strange sickness that prevents him from doing it, and encounters this situation where he's able to basically swallow demons that give him access to new levels of power. What I'll say is just the whole concept of family lineage and the different people that are his mentors along the way, as well as a great moment of, I won't say bully takedown, but like basically people that look down on him or even plotted his demise just being like destroyed. Not quite as much as what happens in Shield Hero, but something along those lines that happens to one of the directors. I think he's a director of the school. It's great, and it's a lot of fun. At number 3 is Damn Reincarnation. This manhwa, to be honest, everyone I know that has read the light novel has said that it's only going to get better as time goes on, which is going to be awesome. Right now, I feel it suffers from not having enough chapters, but Damn Reincarnation is stunningly beautiful. Has another one of those great family lineage dynamics, but it's one of the better reincarnation stories where there's actually story regarding the context of the reincarnation itself. That's what the story's like premise is, and often reincarnation is just like, oh, here's an excuse to make the character young but powerful again. This time there's a lot more to it, and particularly since technically he kind of wasn't the main character in his first life, this kind of gives him the chance to be the hero of the story in a way, but he's arrogant and he's a blast to watch. And the magic of the story, the system, once again, I find it really interesting. There's swords involved in the fighting, but there's definitely magical elements to everything. At number 2 is Great Mage returns after 4,000 years. Great Mage returns is at the point where we're doing the big final battle. Well, maybe the final battles. I don't know. There might be more after this, but we're at the point where we're doing some crazy stuff. And all along, I found this manhwa really, really good. The magic system and the whole concept of there's demons in the other world, there's these divine beings that are basically destroying humanity and controlling humanity from the background, acting as these, just controlling everything that humanity can become, and this great mage that wants to give that freedom to humanity once again, but at the same time he was locked away for 4,000 years and comes back as this really powerful character. Obviously there's a power-up period, but he spent a fair bit of time as just being this really strong character, and I think honestly it'll go down as one of the better magic manhwa out there when it finishes, because I don't think there's a lot that stands at the same level as it. And at number 1, not much of a surprise, is The Beginning After the End. This one, I'm putting it here just because, again, they've done such a good job at developing a magic system and giving it a fair bit of explanation. Like, sometimes too much, in my opinion. When you go to magic school and you get the whole description of how the magic works and functions together, it's a little annoying, I'll be honest with you, but I still find that it gives you this great understanding how magic works, and I think it is phenomenal. Looking forward to this one coming back from hiatus. There's some stuff going on around it, so we'll see. That being said, if you like the video, again, like and subscribe to the channel, and give me a comment down below on what you'd like to see me do next.